fall into you.
Today we'll be talking about how to make money by a side hustle, that is by publishing books on Amazon KDP. It is one of the fruitful businesses that is available with medium effort. First of all, go to google.com and search for a website which is called as BookBolt. This is basically an application that will help you to create a book. So this is the website bookball.io. You can basically start your 3-day free trial. It is for free. You can choose between newbie or pro. Both have 3-day free trial. Now, since you will be starting with a low content or medium content book, you can use newbie, but in my case, I am using with the pro version of the account. Click on start your 3-day free trial. It will basically ask you for the registration details. You need to enter your name, email address, password, and then it will ask you for the card holder information. Although it is a free trial, the card details are important. Then click on register. Now this is the homepage of the bookbowl.io. Cloud option is where you do research on the keywords or any type of a journal. So click on it. Now you can see categories where you need to focus: notebook and journal. These are low content books, and puzzle, activity, coloring book. These are all medium effort book. And if you're talking about a recipe journal, it is also a medium effort, which is what I will show in my current demo. And then select the category of journal and click on the keyword recipe journal. Click on search. Now this will take you to the recipe journals which are already available on Amazon. You can basically see their rating, the price, and the estimated monthly sales that they make. This is used to do the research on which type of a book you can publish and make amount of money. Now if you see most of these books, they have around 400 monthly sales, and if you multiply by the amount of the book, for example, if it is $10, then that would be $4,000 of monthly sales. Now if you search on Amazon for one of the books, go to amazon.com and search for recipe book to write in your own recipes. In this kind of a book, you basically have space to write your own recipes, and if you see for this particular keyword, there are only 692 results. If you publish in this category, then you would have a chance of exposure to the customer. Now if you search for recipe book, there are around 6,000 of the books. 6,000 different varieties is not a huge amount. If you publish in this category, you could get several customers. And if you search for recipe journal, that is around 3,000 of the results. Now go to BookBowl Cloud, then click on create. Go to BookBowl Studio. This is where you can create the magic of creating a book. It asks for your email and password again, which you need to enter and log in. It is the same email and password you just used to create an account on bookbowl.io website. Once you enter the password, it asks for create a new project. You need to select the project type of paperback, cover, and interior. Do not select hardback because it makes your book costly and then it will be difficult to get customers. So I prefer that it should be paperback. And cover and interior, cover is basically the cover of the book and interior are the inside pages. Give a name to your project and then you select the trim size, which is usually 6:9 or 7:10 or 7:11. Now search on the marketplace that you are targeting and what is the trim size preferred by the customers over there. Now I am focusing on the customers in US. For recipe journals, they basically focus on the 7:10 or 7:11 sizes. If you go to the customer reviews for the recipe books, I have basically researched on several books and I have read the reviews, and people tell that on the recipe books you do not have enough space to write your recipe, or special instructions or the ingredients. Now this is one of the recipe book which is a bestseller in this category. You can see here the print length is 180 pages and it is English language, and the product dimensions is 7 by 10. If you go down, scroll down, the size of this book is 8 by 10.5. These are the different trim sizes which are available from which you can select. And the good thing about Amazon KDP is that when a customer places an order, then only the book is published. And the publishing of a book is not handled by you, but it is handled by the Amazon publishers, and they will be the ones who will publish this book, and they will take care of all the operating expenses, take care of the delivery of the book to the customer. So I have well researched and selected the trim size of 7 by 10, and I want to minimize the cost, so I'll be selecting black and white interior with white paper. And the bleed and no bleed option, you need to select a bleed because that gives you the more flexibility in terms of the book cover. Otherwise, if the book cover is smaller than the size of the book, then it gives error. It has to be exact size. I want some flexibility, so I am selecting the bleed option, and I would prefer you to select that option. The page count I am selecting as 180 because from the research that I did from the customer reviews, the customer want to write around 150 to 175 recipes in their recipe book, and they want to maintain only one recipe book, not two or three, all their recipes. So I would select 182 page count. This is also including some additional pages that I will include as appendix. Then you need to click on create project. This is basically project view of your book, and as you can see the two pages here, this is the cover page. On the left hand side, the pane that is shown, it is cover, page 1, page 2, and so on up to page 122 will be present. You need to click on this icon, then hide cover template and click on OK. And in order to create a book cover, I will be selecting the images which are available in the book vault. So I will click on that image icon, go to Pixabay. The my uploads option is to upload any of your images that you have copyright for. You can upload from the computer. Right now I will be selecting on Pixabay. These are all copyright free material. So for this, I have gone through several of the options and I want to make it very low effort or medium effort, so I select this particular option, which is a beautiful picture of a cupcake with a lot of sprinkles. This looks attractive, so I select it. Now as you can see, the border of the picture is going beyond the border of the cover page, and it will not be giving error. This is possible because I have selected the option of bleed equal to true or bleed option. Now if you would select no bleed, this would throw an error during the printing stage, which comes later on. So better select the bleed option. Now this is how the cover page is completed, and on top of it you can basically add your title, your logo or motto or any kind of text. These are the text which are available: heading, multi-line text, circular text, bridge text, text with variants. First thing that comes is the heading. Now in the heading you need to write a name that you will give to your book, and for this you can brainstorm, take some amount of time to decide on the title of the book. And I have selected the title called as Pen Your Flavors, and I capitalize the first letter of each word. It is possible to enter it into two lines, and that is basically the central alignment, and you can basically select any of the fonts that you wish your text to be. There are several. You can try many of the fonts and decide on which one you like and which one looks good. You can basically use this option to decide on the shadow. This is basically used to mention whether it is bold text or italic text or semi bold or regular or light. You can use different font which are available for free on Bookbolt. iFonts is the place where you can upload your font. If you have a font available in your computer, you can play around with the text where you want to place this text, whether it should be on the top half of the front cover. On this page where you see the cupcake is basically the front of the cover page, and the left page is basically the back of the cover. You can use this option to position and size your text. You can use any background. For that you can use any of the shapes that are available, and you can fill it with any of the colors, or you can change the color of the outline, and you can put it under your text and move it to backward. This is for the fill color, and you can select a fill color, move the box to where your text is, then click on right button and you can send backward. It just goes back of the text but in front of the cover page. So this is how you create a background. In my process of creating the cover page, I need to be comfortable with the aesthetics of the background, the text boxes and the actual text. So I have tried several combinations of the text color, the font and the background, and ultimately I have decided on one of the better looking ones. And Bookbolt has several options of fonts. You can try all of these features, and in future if you would like to see this feature, please contact me and I can make another video. Then you can make use of this circular text that can act as a subtitle to your book title. And I have selected food is memories, because for me eating good food has always been in my memories, and that is what I have selected. And once that is done, we go into the inner pages. And in the interior pages, first of all I am searching for recipe page. It has around 7 variants, and I will be selecting one of the variants to act as my interior page, and it will be the same throughout. So that is the definition of the low content bookmaking. And I have selected one of the options, and this is that option. It has all the recipe instructions and note section for adding special instructions for the recipe. Once I have selected use template, then I need to select all the pages, and that I can do by manually selecting each and every page, which will take a lot of time. Or I can directly select the option of select all, and then I deselect some of the pages that will be acting as the table of contents in the front, appendix pages in the back. Then I keep these options, and then I click on submit. So that particular template will be copied across all the pages that you have selected. As you can see, it looks good. Now let us focus on the creation of the table of contents and the appendix pages. For the table of contents, I'm basically using the ruled page, and I select all the 7 pages that I have left blank. This looks good for the table of contents. I will be adding the heading. I'll be adding several of the fields, something like serial number, the recipe name, and the page number, so that if someone wants to refer to a particular recipe, they would know the page number from this particular table of contents. And once again, here you will be tested on your aesthetic sense, and then you will also be taking care of selection of different fonts, because there are so many options that are available. Improves the customizations, and you can use the x and y axis coordinates in order to keep them in a particular line. You can add the heading on top of this, and I'm basically adding different columns. This is making use of x and y coordinate, and here comes the heading table of contents. First of all, you need to be comfortable with the format of one page before you can copy or clone the format to the other pages. I have also added a beautiful tree image, and then I select clone to the other pages, which is page 2 through page 7. So once that is done, index pages or the table of contents are done. Now I need to proceed with the page number. There is a page number template in Bookbolt. You can select that and click these options and click on submit. You can see you have the page numbers which are appearing at the bottom center, and that is what we have wanted. Now let us go to the last pages, which are the appendix pages. Since this is a food journal, I will be focusing on adding conversion charts. Basically, it is the conversion from SI units to the American units and the conversion of several cup and tablespoon measures. I'll also be adding oven temperature chart. I also plan to add several of the nutritional value of all the ingredients. For example, I wanted to add this book as a nutritional tip book. So I will be adding several of the foods that are recommended as anti-carcinogens and several of the food and their different calories. These are the appendix pages. Since this is a recipe book, I'm adding some pages regarding the nutritional value, anti-carcinogens and food that needs to be avoided. So I have created these tables using PowerPoint as images. You can also use Word and convert them to PDF and upload all those images and PDF documents. You can click on preview to preview, or you can add to the project. Once you have added all of the images or the PDFs to the project, you can organize them so that they should look aesthetically appealing. So I have added several of the conversion chart in the appendix. This is basically the table of contents page. Now I am changing the X and Y coordinates so that section, recipe and page number, they appear in a straight line and look aesthetically appealing. Everything looks good with the interior pages. Now I am downloading this current project RGB. It takes around 2 to 3 minutes to download this because the book is of 186 pages. Once it has downloaded, please go to that folder. It will be downloaded as a zip file. You need to extract that. After that you get the cover page and the interior pages. As you can see, we have cover page and interior pages. Next, you need to go to Amazon KDP, which is the Kindle Direct Publishing. If you do not have an account, click on Join KDP. It will ask you your name, email, password, and re-enter the password. And then you need to click on Create your KDP account. So in order to create KDP account, once this is done, you need to agree to the terms and conditions. Once that is done, it tells you that the account information is incomplete. Click on update now. You need to provide basically the banking information, the tax information, and the personal information such as date of birth and country or region. Enter all the details truthfully and then click on save. After that, your profile will be completed. This information is really important because that's the way you get paid. After that, you need to create a title. For that, click on create button. Once that is done, you need to create a paperback. It asks you several questions like book title. I have decided on a book title. After careful consideration, you need to decide that too. A leaf series and edition number out. Now you need to enter your pen name. If there were any contributors to your project, you can add their information as well. You can add multiple contributors. That description is one of the most important tools for search engine optimization. After careful consideration, please write a description. You can make it short, you can make it long. I would prefer that you make the description as long as possible, explaining about your book, the special features in the book, and what pages you have provided, and how it will help the customers if they buy your book. Now, next is the publishing rights. That you need to tell that you own the copyright and hold necessary publishing rights. So you need to select that. The sexually explicit images or title, you need to click on no. For the primary marketplace, I have selected Amazon.com because I'll be selling this book in US. Select any of the marketplace as primary. In the categories, you need to carefully select the categories because your book will be classified into that category. And this you can make use of bookbowl.io. Let's go to bookbowl.io, click on the KDP categories. Now write a recipe journal and click on search. It will give you several of the categories. And you need to select the category which are high relevance or medium relevance. In my case, these are medium relevance. Select any of the three categories and enter that information into the Amazon KDP page. Minimum is one category and maximum is three category. After that, you need to click on save categories. Next, go to the keywords. Before that, there is a question whether this book qualifies as low content book or large print book. You need to select it is a low content book. And in the next keywords, you need to carefully select the keywords for that. Bookbowl.io comes to the use. Go to bookbowl.io, click on keywords, click on search, then enter recipe journal and then click on search. It will basically give you several of the keywords. Arrange them or order them in the descending order of Amazon search volume. So these are the keywords that have been searched by the users. So enter 7 of these keywords. Once that is done, you need to select publication date and release date are the same. And next, go to the release date, release my book for sale now. Then click on save and continue. It will take you to the next page. In the next page, it asks whether you want a free ISBN. You need to select publish without an ISBN. And then in print options, black and white interior with white paper because we are trying to minimize the cost of printing. In the trim size, you need to basically select the trim size that you selected while creating the project. So our project was 7 by 10. So we need to select that 7 by 10. And then bleed setting is really important. You need to click on bleed PDF only. Make sure of that. And the cover finish, I select matte because that is my preference. Next is manuscript upload. In this upload basically your interior pages. Now click on paperback interior and click on open. It will be uploading. It takes around 3 to 4 minutes. Amazon KDP application that you have a cover which you have already print ready PDF only, then upload your cover file. You need to select paperback cover, click on open. Your cover does not have a barcode, so Amazon KDP will create a barcode by itself. Now for the AI generated content, you need to be truthful. Since we have not used in this video, we will be selecting no. Click on launch previewer. Without launching this previewer, you cannot go to the next steps. It opens after 2 to 3 minutes. It shows you several pages, the whole book actually, and you need to make sure that everything looks fine. And if you need to make any last minute changes, you can do that. This is how the cover page looks like. You can click on next and go to the interior pages until the appendix page. And once you have made sure everything looks good, you need to click on approve. This approves your book. Now the printing cost is 4.14. You click on save and continue. It takes you to the next page. You need to select the territories which you will be selecting as all territories worldwide rights. And the primary marketplace is US marketplace. And now you need to set a price. It has to be very intelligent. You have to look at your competition and how the pricing is done for their books. And based on the margin that you get after the printing cost, your royalty, which is 60%, is calculated. So I have selected 12.97. It updates the price in all the other marketplaces which are available. and then you can basically request proof, but this will only delay the process, so I don't usually click on request proof, but I just want to publish the book as soon as possible, so I do publish your paperback book. I need to click that link. Once I do that, it takes around 72 hours, which is like 3 days, for Amazon to review my book, and if any AI tool was used to generate content in it. And after 3 to 5 days, actually it takes around 5 days. You save this and publish, it will tell you that it is under review, and after 3 days it becomes live. And congratulations, you have submitted your first book on Amazon Kindle, and it is a very nice side hustle to earn money. Thank you for watching this video and keep subscribed for more content ahead.